New rule, George Zimmerman has to pick a look and go with it. Yes, when we first met George, he looked like every thug boyfriend who ever left a baby in a hot car. Then suddenly he looked like the guy who sold you a phone at the Verizon store. Then he slimmed down and went a little hipster, and now he looks like a 15-year-old Latino boy who's dating Madonna. I'm not saying this is part of a strategy to make him seem less threatening, but when he walked into court today, I could have sworn he was that kid from Modern Family. New rule, Democrats will agree not to circulate this photo of Mitt Romney and Pennsylvania's top Republicans looking like an ad for Lands' End Chinos. If Republicans will resist their temptation to say that this is a photo of Obama fucking his dog. Personally wounded. New rule, Karl Lagerfeld has to either torture and kill someone or stop wearing this outfit. This doesn't say fashion designer. It says, "Where's our money, you little rat fuck?" New rule, wingnuts have to stop saying they're going to boycott Oreos because they made a gay cookie. In fact, this giant blob of vegetable oil and corn syrup is the perfect symbol for gay pride, because when I look at it, I think I'd rather put a dick in my mouth. And don't try to tell me that the Rainbow Oreo was the first gay cookie. Have you ever met the Keebler elves? You can have a male roommate in college, but if you live your whole life with 5 other dudes in a tree, even your parents know it's not really about the rent. Don't call a bank Bank of Hope. It doesn't instill confidence with my money. Is my money safe here? We hope. It's like opening a restaurant called Probably Chicken. New rule, there needs to be a conspiracy theory section of the bookstore. I asked recently at a store where their conspiracy theory books were, and they said, well, some are in New Age, some are in political science, and some are in history. Really? You're just gonna hide the conspiracy theory books all over the store? It's like they don't want you to know the truth. New rule, if Robert Mueller is going to ask President Trump 49 questions under oath, at least a few of them have to be about sex. I mean, come on. Give us something. Remember Clinton's face when they asked about the cigar?
If Monica Lewinsky says that you used a cigar as a sexual aid with her in the Oval Office area, would she be lying?
Well, now it's Trump's turn. So ask him, is it true you never wear a condom because they get tangled up in your necktie? And new rule, get a room. I don't know anything about ice dancing routines, but I'm pretty sure that when it's finished, I shouldn't be more exhausted than they are. New rule, let's call therapists what they really are. Friend prostitutes. Because when a friend tells you to see a therapist, it's just their way of saying, I don't care about your breakup. Why don't you rent someone who does? New rule, now that magician David Copperfield has been accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman, he must get a new headshot. New rule, someone has to tell the Chicago news station that thinks the Pyeongchang Olympics are being held at P.F. Chang's. You're too stupid even to be on television. First of all, P.F. Chang is Chinese, not Korean, and everyone knows the difference between Korea and China. Koreans sound like this. And Chinese people sound like this.
We want deal.
New rule, from now on in Los Angeles, this will be called a freeway, and this will be called a parking lot. New rule, update the Hajj. Every year, the words Islamic and stampede seem to appear in the same sentence when millions of Muslims descend upon Mecca to observe what's called the Hajj. I don't understand Arabs. You've got most of the oil in the world and your religion involves walking? Next year, I want to see a looser Hajj with a cooler name like Allahpalooza.
You're just gonna get boned.
That's going to happen, yes.
They don't get your show on Al Jazeera.
I hope not. New rule, stop running TV ads I don't understand. You've seen this one from IBM? I don't know if it's for weapons of mass destruction or a stool softener. Then there's the one with clouds moving in fast motion and some Buddhist monks on a cell phone, and then James Earl Jones comes on and says, "We're the world leader in virtual network upstream data retrieval." What? Hey, fuck you. You know what? I watch TV to see bimbos marry strangers for money. If I want to be confused, I'll take mushrooms. Everyone needs to calm the fuck down. Authorities say Holly Solomon ran over her husband with a Jeep because he did not vote for Romney. Although when I read Angry Wife Runs Down Husband with Jeep, I thought this Petraeus thing just keeps getting crazier. And this is one partisan woman. She says she would have backed up and ran over her husband again, but who could afford to with Obama's gas prices? New rule, Playboy magazine must stop trying to make me horny for a woman who would be 86 years old if she weren't, you know, dead. Yes, gentlemen prefer blondes, but even more than that, a pulse. Some like it breathing. If death comes with any perks at all, one of them has got to be, guys, stop jerking off on your picture. Don't try to get pandas to mate by showing them porn. Yes, the Chinese government is really doing that, but it's not working because after watching all that porn, the male pandas keep pulling out and coming on her tits. New rule. Yes, I have seen the new 20s. You don't have to show me yours. New rule. Lay off Rumsfeld and his 9/11 memento. Yes, Donald Rumsfeld took a piece of the airplane that hit the Pentagon. Like you've never lifted anything from work. But he kept it for a good reason. To remind himself of who did this to us. Otherwise, we might have retaliated against the wrong country. New rule, the next guy who bitches to me that gas in Lubbock is $1 cheaper than it is in LA has to move to Lubbock. Here's LA. Here's Lubbock. New rule, with a heartfelt feel better to Lady Gaga and Justin Bieber, now that we know throwing up on stage makes popular celebrities even more popular, President Obama must try it. New rule, if I'm waiting for your parking space and you hop in your car and proceed to start texting, I get to ram you. New rule, men who get themselves stuck on mountaintops, in ravines, and on cliff faces, and then have to be airlifted to safety, have to ask themselves, am I truly an avid outdoorsman or just really attracted to firemen?